Welcome to WTNB Football Friday. I'm your host, Brian Russell, alongside Danny Bradley and Chris Woods. Kind of looks like Chris, but Danny a little bit lighter.
A lot lighter.
Well, you guys, it looks like some of you have lost hair on this panel, so I didn't want to make you feel bad. But I do have it at home in case you need some hair plugs.
Actually, I think we have a clip of you getting a haircut. Jay, can you go ahead and roll that clip? This is Chris Woods getting a haircut.
Jade getting a haircut. We're going to play this at your graduation.
Now they have a camper.
For the record, I did it myself, and my wife is still not happy about it.
Yeah, that's a good video. Yeah, I heard you're going to be sleeping on the couch for a while.
Maybe.
But, thank you for joining us. WTNB Football Friday, as always, sponsored by Line X of Cleveland, 1107 South Lee Highway. Ed Jacobs and Associates, thank you to them for sponsoring our scoreboard. Cleveland Tire, the Florence Center, Logan Thompson Law Office, Companion Funeral Home, Kyle Motors, LED Gear, and Tres Hermanos Mexican Restaurant. So thank you to all them. Guys, week 8 is in the books, and we were at the Cleveland Walker Valley game. And Danny, real quick, just your thoughts on the game.
Both teams have a lot of positives to take away. Both teams have a lot of negatives to take away. It was everything we expected it to be. It was a great ball game between two clubs. Everything on the line tonight, and Cleveland at the home. Benny Monroe comes away with the win.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a call already.
Yeah, a caller already. WTNB Football Friday.
Hello, guy. How you doing?
Hey, good. How are you, Bullet?
Fine, got to meet you over.
Yeah, it's good to see you tonight.
Was my looks what you expected to be, or was I too ugly for you?
No, I'm just glad we didn't scare you. I mean, Chris kind of looks like a serial killer with his haircut.
Oh man, you look good in person. Well, you look good on TV too, but I'm just glad Travis introduced me.
Yeah. Well, I've been told I have more of a face for radio, so I appreciate that. But let's get your thoughts on the game tonight. What'd you think?
I actually liked it really. At first, it was 7-0, and I'm gonna have to give Walker Valley credit because I think their coach was coaching that game. I think Walker Valley's defense played that game, gave Cleveland all they wanted.
Yeah.
And it was a good game, but I was nervous. I think my pulse was up to 110. But I might give Walker Valley credit for that game because they was well coached for that game.
Yeah. Well, now, Cleveland, of course, playing for the district championship next week at Ottawa. What do you think the Blue Raiders need to do to come away with the victory?
I think they need to get healthy, but I don't think they'll be healthy by next week. I think C.J. Parker hurt his toe again tonight.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I'll tell you what, that game, I just hate to say to the guys, I just don't think Cleveland's going to do anything against Ottawa.
Right.
And, but it's going to be a tough game for them. And now, if they win, I just say that's great, but I just don't see it.
Right. But, to be in this spot where probably 3-4 weeks ago, none of us really gave them a shot, I think it speaks to a lot to Coach Crawford and the job he's done over there.
Yeah, like I said though before, Walker Valley, they surprised me tonight. Really, I had never seen Walker Valley before, and that's the first time I've seen them. And they actually, I hate to see it. I hate to see. I wish both teams could have won, but of course Cleveland won, and that really made me feel a little better. But next week, I don't know if I ever go to that game or not, but I probably will. And it's going to be I don't know what score it's going to be. I ain't going to pick that score in that game.
Hey, Bullet, how many games for Cleveland have you missed in the past 40 years?
How many games have I missed?
Yeah.
I haven't missed any.
Okay, I got a feeling you'll be there next week.
Oh, I know who it is. That's Danny.
Yeah, that was Danny.
I actually looked for you guys over there, and I couldn't find you. And I asked Travis about you, and he said he thought you was on the Walker Valley side, and I seen Brian walking up there, and so So I met both of them now, except Chris. I'm about to meet him one of these times.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm the good-looking one out of the three of us. Yeah.
Okay. You'll be easy to find.
That's
Then.
right. Hey,
Yeah,
Bullet. So I got a question. Did you think that was a touchdown or a fumble at the goal line there for Cleveland?
You want me to tell you? You want me to be truthful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it's a fumble.
You'd be right. We've got video later that we're going to show, and you'd be right. It was a fumble.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to tell the truth about that.
Well, the game's over, though, and the referee's called it a touchdown.
That's
so
all that matters.
That's what it is. It's a
Yeah.
touchdown. No, hey, you talk about...
It's like that song is. That's the way it is. But I know Danny was pulling for Walker Valley, and like I say, Walker Valley showed me something tonight. And the next 3 years, I'm gonna pity Bradley in Cleveland, I believe.
Yeah, we sat in front of Danny at the game tonight, and
Oh, did you?
yeah, you probably didn't want to sit in front of him during that goal line fumble.
Hey, I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
I understand that because last week I was kind of getting our rank. I was getting kind of worked for you, discussed it with the officials over last week at Bradley. But anyway, guys, it was a good game, and I just wish both teams could have won, but only one could win. And but I think Walker Valley's going to be a team to be reckoned with here in the next 3 years.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree. Well, hey, thanks for the call, and give us a call next week, and we'll talk about the Ottawa game.
Okay, good talking to you.
All right,
Take
appreciate
care.
it.
Thanks, Bullet.
All right, so real quick, we got Danny's thoughts on the game. Chris, give me your first thoughts on the game.
Well, yeah, I thought the defense played well for both teams, actually. Unfortunately for Walker Valley, they threw the ball to the wrong team too many times tonight. So 3 interceptions tonight. And then for Cleveland, they kind of kept Walker Valley in the game also by penalties. They had over 100 yards in penalties. I think it was 10 penalties for 110 yards or maybe a little more than that. So that's...
Yeah.
You're going to shoot yourself in the foot both ways. But defensively, I think we all agree, I thought both teams played really well.
Oh, and that's the second week in a row that Cleveland's had that many penalties because remember last week at Bradley, they had a lot of penalties. And Ottawa is a very penalized football team, as we saw at Walker Valley. So that game next week may be a 5-hour game with all the penalties if they don't get it cleaned up.
Yep.
So, hey, real quick, let's go to the Ed Jacobson Associates scoreboard. We'll take a look at our scores from around the county and the region. Bradley, you'll see, goes up to McMinn County and gets a big victory, 49-32. Cleveland over Walker Valley, 24-17 at home.
East Hamilton upending Soddy Daisy 43-27, and Notre Dame over Sequatchie 35-7. Not much of a score here that people might be interested in, but it is sort of interesting if you take into account that Sequatchie, the players quit earlier this week, all but 12 players, and administration went to them and said, "Hey," said, "come on, guys, finish out the season. We'll figure out something about what's happening here on the field." And let's do it the right way. So the players come back, went to Notre Dame tonight, still got thumped 35-7.
Ray County continues to roll. Ray County 46, Warren County 3, Sweetwater 28, Polk County 13. Guys, we talked about that earlier tonight at the game, actually, talking about Polk County and how rough their season has been. And Danny, I think the coaches had some interesting tactics this week to challenge the kids.
Yeah.
To take pride in the uniform they're wearing each
They
week.
said they took all the trophies down, the banners, all the everything. Said you're playing for yourself. This is it. And it doesn't look like it did what they had intended. They're still winless on the season and hosting and losing to Sweetwater tonight, 28-13.
And then how about TCPS getting a big 22-6 victory over Boyd Buchanan? And that's the Ed Jacobson Associates scoreboard. Thank you to them. So, guys, let's go ahead and take our first break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the Cleveland Walker Valley game and one of the more exciting games of the night, Bradley up there at McMinn for at least the first half. I kind of wished I was at that game. There's a lot more scoring than there was going on over at Cleveland. We'll get in those highlights when we get back. Stick with us on WTNB Football Friday.
Cleveland Tire Center is ready to help you in any way that it can. We're one of the largest Bridgestone and Firestone tire dealers in the area, and we have plenty of other brands for you to choose from. Our loyal mechanics have been with us for years, and each one works to ensure that you receive the timely performance you need. If you're looking for quality hometown service, then you found the right place. Save yourself some valuable time and money by doing the right thing the first time and stopping by our service center.
My name is Dr. Chris Palmer, and I think we at Tennessee Valley Bone and Joint stack up very well to the things that you would otherwise have to travel maybe to Knoxville or Chattanooga or even to Atlanta to get that same good combination of training and experience.
You should be eating tacos at Monterey's. All you can eat chips and salsa. Salsa.
The salsa's too spicy.
It's not spicy enough. Daily specials, delicious fajitas, fresh cooked food, family atmosphere, family. Yeah! Enjoy happy hour from 3 to close. You'll be so happy. Monterey's, 'cause I said so.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Football Friday, Brian Russell alongside Chris Woods and Danny Bradley. Don't pay no attention to us. We're just laughing at things during the break. All right, let's get in our first highlight package of the night, which was Walker Valley making the trip downtown to visit Cleveland. And
tonight by Amy Seals. Trevor Planson.
Well, they have a lot of seniors, too.
Yeah.
I still remember my senior night. Danny, do you remember yours?
No.
Look
A long time
at
ago.
those great shots from the WTNB football drone piloted by Jay Miles.
We had a lot of people ask us about the drone tonight, too, in the stands.
There's the kickoff.
Yep.
Great views.
A great weather. Everything's
yeah.
perfect tonight.
Actually felt like a football game tonight. You see the Walker Valley defense.
Yeah, getting on TJ early.
There's
Great.
some hard hits in this
Great
ballgame.
catch by Rod Denard right there.
Yeah, we saw Austin Massey, no interceptions tonight, guys, and spraying it around a little bit more now that he has more of a running game.
Yep.
Here's the play right
There's
here
the
that will
controversy.
forever stay
Let's back that up. Now watch it in slow motion. Now watch where he fumbles this ball well before the goal line. Now look at his foot right there. His foot is across the goal line. Where is the ball? Behind the goal line.
Behind the goal line. It never crossed. The ball never crossed. His body never crossed. The momentum of his run carried him across, but without the football.
Great camera work.
Go a little bit slower here, and you'll actually see a Walker Valley 2-3 players recover the fumble as well.
Tries to grab it, but Walker Valley would fall on at the 1. However, the officials would signal touchdown.
And unfortunately, no replay in high school.
Had challenges on this. Great work by Jay Miles there. And then, so Cleveland's up 7-0. They kick. Oh, let the ball go out of bounds, but no.
Alex Keene picks it up and tried to do a little bit too much with it. Unfortunately, didn't have the blockers with him.
So Walker Valley would end up punting at the end of the first quarter. Cleveland up 7-0. But here comes Walker Valley trying to get back into it. Great defense there by number 21.
Yeah, that was 21 is Eric Goodwin.
Yep, Eric Goodwin. Great job on defense.
Nice defensive stop by the Mustangs there on a good hit across the middle. Dallas Kirkendall.
Oh. Pass interference.
Yeah, that was Raekwon Bunyan on the defense there.
Yeah.
Walker Valley wasn't able to do anything with it. Cleveland comes back. Nice defense.
That was Grayson. Yeah, Grayson Roundtree, the free safety.
Yep. Great play by Grayson right there.
There's a little outlet pass to Avery Jones.
The A-train.
Now across the middle. And
That's Bryce Nunley there with the reception.
Yeah.
I know Bryce Nunley because he's always wearing the padding on the helmet.
So Cleveland would go in 7-0 at half, and there you see Walker Valley's band out there on the field. Man, it's a big band. 252 members strong for the Marching Mustangs.
A nice shot from the WTNB
I
drone.
mean, Jay's getting good at that. It's spooky.
He is. He's getting good at the drone. If Jay could deliver some food with the drone to my house, that would be perfect.
We'd be in heaven.
Yeah,
And
I'm going to
there's
hook
the
that
Cleveland
up.
band. Let's give them a little shout out. Great job by them at halftime. Both bands, excellent job tonight. There's Walker Valley's fan, says now it's your turn. And Cleveland would kick off to start the second half.
First half, 7-0. Second half, we've got some scoring to do.
And Alex
We do.
King on the nice return right there.
Colton Gibson across the middle. And another complete pass as Walker Valley started off their first possession, moving the ball.
Getting out to Zach Esslinger right there. Good catch. And then that would be...
Punch it in.
Yeah, I think that's Alex. Was that Alex King that took it
I
in?
believe it was.
Yeah, so 7-7, and there's a big turnover right here. Look at the Mustangs swarm on the ball.
Yep, botch snap. Austin Massey couldn't handle it.
But here's what would hurt right here. Interception in the end zone.
Yep, and this number.
102 yards.
Yeah, and this is Will Hilliker
Will Hilliker.
with the return all the way, and he had some blocking with him with Goodwin up the sideline. There's no way he was going to be caught. And the celebration
Anytime he gets hit by his own guy.
It did draw a 15-yard penalty there too.
And that did hurt Cleveland, as you'll see here.
Yeah, Gibson
nice
hooking
field
up.
position, and the Mustangs score.
Gibson hook out with Esslinger again. 14-14. 6:04 left in the third quarter. But here comes the Blue Raiders right back.
Raekwon Bunyan with the run.
Look at him, man. He's
Staying in bounds.
Yeah.
He's looking to hit somebody. He's not running out of bounds like some running backs
a
for
good
sure.
looking back right there. And then is
Yeah.
that TJ
Yeah,
Parker?
TJ Parker.
Yeah, down
with
to the one. And then Massey would give
Yep. Yeah, that's Isaiah Beatty. And that's the second straight week with a TD for Isaiah Beatty.
Blue Raiders up 21-14, but Mustangs coming right back.
A nice shifty moves there.
Yeah.
That was Nunley again.
Yep, Bryce Nunley, good looking back. And then Colton Gibson hooking up again. And Gibson would scramble throw.
That's a good one with the interception.
Yeah, that hurt right there.
Eric Goodwin.
Cleveland couldn't capitalize. Walker Valley would come back with a nice play across the middle and incomplete pass.
Yeah, but there was a pass interference called on that play.
Yep, and they would tack on the field goal. So it'd be 21-17. 4:25 left in the fourth quarter. And the Blue Raiders,
At this point, they're just trying to run out the clock, right?
Yeah.
Cleveland's trying to run out the clock and not give Walker Valley another shot.
but Walker Valley would get back. But Avery Jones right there stripped. Fumbled on the play. Blue Raiders recover.
And at this point, you didn't think that Walker Valley was going to get the ball back.
But they do, 21-17. And the long field goal by Cleveland, good, makes it 24-17, 34 seconds left. Now watch the return by Walker Valley. Squib it. Nope.
Squib it or kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, anything.
Don't let them run it back.
It was a nice run back and just down the sideline, couldn't tiptoe enough.
All the way to the 35-yard line they started.
And then a nice little completion there out of bounds. 13 seconds left.
28 yards to go.
Yep. And what you can't do,
You cannot get tackled to end the game.
no. So Walker Valley falls 24-17. You see Coach Ryan and Coach Crawford there exchanging handshakes. Both teams shaking hands. Hard fought game. But Mustangs fall 24-17. Let's hear what the coaches have to say.
Our game's exciting, so we played well enough to win, made enough plays to win. Really like the way we made big plays on defense and big stops. Brandon Romero's kick there was money. First-year player, come out here to do that. Just it was a hard-fought, gut-wrenching ball game. Our hats off. Walker Valley played so hard. And he's done a great job with that program. I'm proud of our kids with all the adversity we faced to bounce back and to be able to. We feel like this secures us a playoff berth. It gives us an opportunity to go next week to Ottawa against the best team in our league and see if we can compete and maybe win a district championship.
So there you heard Coach Crawford after the game, and Mustangs drop another tough one. But, you know,
can we get a moment of silence for Danny?
I'm worried about him.
Just watching those highlights again and reliving it for him. All he did, the entire highlight package was this. He's watching the monitor and just shaking his head and sinking lower and lower in that seat of his.
You know, the thing that you know, for Walker Valley bothers me, for Cleveland should bother them. Walker Valley, 4 turnovers in the ball game, walked Cleveland up and down the field, defensively stomped them when they, you know, for the most part. But with 4 turnovers, and still Walker Valley was in it up until the very last play of the game. They take a sack, the freshman quarterback, you know, moved the ball 17, I think 36, like 240 yards. Walker Valley was in it until the very last play of the game. That's what is so frustrating. Same thing with the East Hamilton game. You know, I've heard Coach Ryan say this over and over. You know, if you've got to take that next step, you got to get over that next hurdle, and you're not going to until you do.
Right.
You know, no one's going to give it to you tonight. You see the very first touchdown there tonight. You know, it should have been 0-0 at halftime. It wasn't. Nothing we can do about that. So, you know, Walker Valley tough. Still got 2 games left, and you know, for the most part, destiny, you know, it's in their hand.
Yeah.
You know, they've got to win the final 2. Need to win the final 2 to have any kind of shot.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing for Walker Valley is you know, what's it take to get? You've got to find a way to get that next step, because really, you've been in every game this year if you're Walker Valley, except for the Ottawa game, and even that was close at halftime, and before Ottawa finally just pulled away. But for Walker Valley, you just got to find a way to make some plays and you know, take that next step. And you know, Chris, you know, freshman quarterback, you're going to expect some growing pains like we had. But I mean, I think he's doing a great job and hooking up with Eschlinger a number of times tonight.
Yeah. At times they looked really good. At times the ball seemed to float a little bit for those interceptions. So I think a lot of it is looking late, you know, across the field. You throw late, you know, what happens, right?
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the issues tonight. But I wanted to get back to Danny's point too, is, you know, the expectations were high this year, but they were even higher once Walker Valley got off to the great start this year. But in reality, you know, if we can kind of step back and look at it, you didn't think that they were going to go over all the hurdles all in one year either.
Well, you
hoped.
But
of course you hope. You always.
First time to ever beat Bradley. First time to ever beat Polk.
Right.
So you got 2 of those out of the way. You know, tonight though with Cleveland just too much to overcome and too much too little too late.
Yeah, the key for Walker Valley now is you got to find a way to turn around against McMinn, because that's a game you can't lose.
Right.
You can't go up to McMinn County and lose that game and then have a realistic hope of going far in the playoffs, because you got to worry about your seeding.
Sure.
So, hey, let's go ahead and take a break here on WTNB Football Friday, and when we come back, we'll have the Bradley highlights at McMinn County. So stick with us on WTNB Football Friday.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave. That's what I'm talking about. That's a winner. He's the loser.
25 years, Ed Jacobs and Associates has been treating each of our clients like business partners. Finding the right insurance for your employees shouldn't be that complicated or expensive. Receiving quality financial advice for you and your business should be even easier. We treat each client with respect and integrity and handle your situation as if it was our own. Call me today for your own free consultation.
Welcome back to WTNB Football Friday. Brian Russell alongside Chris Woods and Danny Bradley. And on the phone, we have a very special guest. He quarterbacked the Cleveland Blue Raiders last year, Austin Massey. Austin, how you doing? Austin Herrick. I'm sorry, Austin. We just did the Cleveland highlights. I'm sorry, Austin.
We're going to add that to the blooper reel for Brian.
So how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Good.
Hey, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us.
No problem. No problem at all.
So how's the college life treating you with the football there at Middle Tennessee State? How's it going right now?
It's going good. It's obviously a lot different in high school. You got more schoolwork, and you got a really tight schedule. Football is a little bit more intense, but it's what I wanted to do. So. It's fun to be living out my dream and playing college football, so it's not bad at all.
So now, what is this right now? Your freshman year, so have you been redshirted?
Yes, sir, I'm redshirted.
So you're leading the scout team, and what I understand, probably the number one player on that team, right?
I've got a lot of good people around me, but, I am quarterback in the scout team, so... That's got its ups and downs. You go against the first team defense, and they're not very. They don't take it easy on the scout team. So, but every now and then you get a few shots in at them, and you get a touchdown or two, and the coach gets mad at them. So
that makes you feel good, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, take great pride in having your teammates get yelled at.
Better than you.
Yeah, it's true.
So how much weight have you put on up there?
I don't know, not too much. I came in out of high school. I weighed 210 pounds, 215 in there, so I haven't put on too much weight.
Probably
I'd say maybe 3 or 4 pounds.
Probably more muscle though, right?
Yeah. The workout program up here is pretty good. We work out at 6:30 in the morning. 3 to 4 times a week, so that's a little bit of adjustment from working out in the afternoons in high school, but it's definitely more intense.
So what's your biggest difference that you tell people? What's the biggest difference between playing college football and high school football?
Time, that's for sure. And in high school, you go out after school and you have practice from about 3:30 at 5:30, and then you go home, and mom's got dinner ready. Then you do homework, and you can watch TV. Here, we got practice. Well, I get up at 6. Got workouts from 6:30 to 8. Then I'll have school from 9 to 12. Go get lunch, and then have practice and meetings from 2 to about 6. And then after that, I have study hall from 7 to 9. So it's a full day.
Wow.
So your day is pretty much mapped out. There's not a lot of free time in there.
Yeah. It's not one of those things where I can, go hang out with some buddies and then come back and go get Wendy's and then study a little bit. It's pretty locked down on what I'm doing.
Well, good.
How's how's your team season going this year so far?
We're doing pretty good. I think we're 500 right now, so we've won as many as we've lost. But tomorrow we've got a big game against UAB. It's homecoming, so if we get this one, we'll be one step closer to being bowl eligible, and so that'd be cool to get to go to the bowl game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now, tell tell the viewers that are watching, who may not know, you have been redshirted, but do you still dress for the games?
Yeah, actually, I do not dress.
Okay.
I'm actually with the team right now. We're staying in a hotel, but I don't dress because they can only dress so many for conference games, and all the freshmen got redshirted, so we just kind of sit on the sidelines in our little jumpsuits and watch the games. But redshirt, it's a different type of deal. Growing up, I've always been, when I wasn't playing at Cleveland, I was doing the JV team. But here you just run the scout team, and there's really no game experience. It's more of just a learning year and getting used to college.
Yeah. And how are you handling that? Because like you said, growing up in your years at Cleveland, you're pretty much the man. So has it been a hard adjustment to kind of have to take it, sit out this year and just kind of, you're hardly in the scout team, but having to watch the games and not being able to be on there, ready to go in?
Yeah, it's definitely a humbling experience. Everyone who came here was a star at their high school, and so you're no longer a big fish in a small pond. You're a small fish in a big pond, and it's just starting back over. Like in anything in life, when you go to another level, you start from the bottom and work yourself all the way up again. And so it's humbling to go back to being a freshman. But I take it as a learning experience. At Cleveland, I got to learn behind Chad Wojtek, and I learned a lot from him. And here, we've got a really good quarterback, and he's played well this year. So just learning from him and learning the offense, I think is pretty valuable for me.
Yeah, now, Austin, you mentioned Chad, you backed him up and then took over for him. Do you guys talk? Of course, he's having pretty good success up there at Pitt. Do you guys talk at all?
Yeah, we talk, I'd say it's not every week, but every other week. We're still pretty good friends. He helped me out quite a bit. He used to text me before the games in high school and wish me luck, and now that I'm not playing, I can text him and wish him good luck. So it's good to have someone who's ahead of me in the whole process and have a shoulder to lean on if I have any questions or some advice.
Yeah. Well, that's great, and we were all, very happy to see you sign there with MTSU, and we have no doubts that you're going to be a star there and have a great career. And again, thank you so much, Austin, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk with us.
Oh, thanks for having me. No problem.
Austin, one last thing. First of all, I'm insanely jealous that you get one extra year of college, because we all wish we could go back to college and have one extra year. And the second thing, hey, don't forget WTNB, when you're starting for Middle Tennessee in a couple years, and winning these big games.
I won't forget the hometown station. I always gotta keep repping them.
All right.
Well, you got a lot of fans here in Cleveland, Austin, and best of luck, and can't wait to see you on the field up there.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Well, thank you. Have a great night.
Yes, see you.
Thanks, man. I tell you, what a great kid. Very, very humble, very just tremendous. And he came in, and everybody thought when Chad graduated that Cleveland's going to take a step back, and they did not. Austin came in there, and he just really lit people up, and I'm so happy to see what he's doing up there, and no doubt that he's going to have a great career.
No, I think so as well. Got Chad in front of him and talked about, and then Austin here. Is Austin Massey the next one?
Yeah. So thank you again to Austin Herrick for taking time out and talking to us. We appreciate it. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Bradley McMinn highlights, so stick with us on WTNB Football Friday.
I'm Dr. Ricky Hutchison with Tennessee Valley Bone and Joint. Tennessee Valley Bone and Joint is located at 2350 North Ocoee Street, next to Loopy's Pizza. Our hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or 6. We run a free sports medicine clinic on Saturdays. For athletes that get injured during the week or on Friday nights, they can come and see us from 8 to 10. We want people to know that Tennessee Valley Bone and Joint is here for them because you're part of our family.
Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Marco's Pizza, easily located at 143 Stewart Road Northeast, open Sunday to Wednesday from 11 to 10 and Thursday to Saturday from 11 to 11. Marco's Pizza is your top choice for delivery and takeout in Cleveland. Call or order online today at 423-476-5551 and enjoy the rich authenticity that Marco's has been providing to customers for years. Marco's Pizza, authentic Italian pizza.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to WTNB Football Friday. Thank you again to all our sponsors. What?
We always laugh coming back from break. I don't know.
I don't understand why. Welcome back. Thank you to all our sponsors. Linex of Cleveland, 1107 South Lee Highway. Ed Jacobs and Associates.
Stumble with that
Cleveland Tire. Well, you guys got me thrown off now. You keep laughing. The
Flag on the
Center.
You want Danny to take over?
Logan Thompson Law Office, Companion Funeral Home, Kyle Motors, LED Gear, and Trace Hermanos Restaurant. We're lucky Danny hasn't thrown himself out one of these windows.
At least he's not coughing this week. I mean, apparently...
He's got a little while left.
He's got a little bit. Let's get
One cough.
Associate scoreboard.
Hold on. Before we do that, Jay said the cough total is one cough for Danny this week.
One cough. All right.
One cough.
Cough count. We're going to have to start that next week.
No, we're not.
Bradley, 49-32 over McMinn. Cleveland, 24-17 over Walker Valley. East Hamilton, 43-27 over Soddy. Notre Dame, 35-7 over Sequatchie.
Ray County, 46. Warren County, 3. Sweetwater, 28. Polk County, 13. Polk County still struggling, fellas. And TCPS, 22, played Boyd Buchanan Junior Varsity this week and won 22-6.
Thank you, Ed Jacobs and Associates. Polk County may still be struggling. Still the best concession stand in high school football.
Boy, he's really sucking up for some free food once he goes to the game.
All right, let's go to the Bradley highlights. And McMinn and Robert, our cameraman, lost about 20 pounds tonight running up and down the sideline trying to keep up to all the scores. So there you go. The Cherokees.
Oh, the Cherokees.
Getting ready to take on the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Ugh.
Yeah, you like that as well.
You guys know how much I hate the Bears.
Hey, he means Chicago Bears, folks. Don't call
yeah, Chicago Bears. Love the Bradley Bears. Love all the local teams.
He's a Lions fan.
The Bears take the field.
Yeah, good-looking uniforms there for McMinn.
Bradley with the opening kickoff, and see what we can do with it.
Number 2, Chris. Who's number 2?
Christian Hamilton with the run back.
Good looking return right there.
Well past midfield, out to about the 30-yard line.
David
Very first
Floyd
play.
looking on. Cole Copeland, he was on fire tonight.
Strong follow through to his receiver. I believe that's Clark.
Yep.
And Clark with the touchdown, and Copeland with that great follow through on that one.
Yeah. And then McMinn County would come right back and score.
Quarterback putting his head down and taking it in for 6. And McMinn actually will go for the 2-point conversion and convert, leading 8-7.
And Christian Hamilton again, taking it all the way. He could go all the way.
That's a gas diving tackle for a miss. And Bradley now on top, 14-8.
Cherokees try to come right back.
Play up the sideline and fumble. Off the hit. Nice defensive stop there by number 18. I believe that is...
Number 18 is Tyler Carpenter.
Tyler Carpenter.
And then Copeland this time keep it himself. And look at Cole go. Takes it in.
A little misdirection play there, making the defense look one way, and Copeland goes the other for 6.
Just a sophomore, right, fellas?
Yep, just a sophomore.
It'll be exciting to watch him run around and pass here in a couple of years.
21-8, and here come the Cherokees.
Good looking run by number 23 for McMinn County.
Yeah. We saw him against Cleveland. He was him and the quarterback. This quarterback, I tell you what, was shifty.
Gets him on the sideline.
Great catch. Number 6. I apologize. We don't have a McMinn County roster. Nobody could get us one, so we apologize.
I did figure out why you like the jerseys, because they're the same color as the Steelers.
Kind of like the Steelers, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So man on the goal line there.
21-15, Bradley leads.
Well, someone didn't look too happy there in the student section.
Yes. Yelling in my ear all night. And then Cole would take it in again. That put the Bears up 28-15.
That's his second touchdown on the evening so far.
Tell you what, he has had some monster games here in the last couple of weeks.
Bradley will kick a field goal.
And Floyd saying, hey, what we're doing, boys, is working. Keep it up.
Boy, a sparse crowd on the home side there.
Yeah, McMinn County, very big crowd tonight.
So McMinn coming back with another touchdown.
But you know Bradley's always going to travel well. 28-22, Bradley leads 3:58 in the second quarter.
In the second quarter, ladies. This is why we said, man, we'd like to see the scoring at that game tonight.
And there's that man, Christian Hamilton again. Look at him just run through tackles.
Christian Hamilton having a big game.
Toes down on the sideline.
Bradley would settle for the field goal, I believe. No, they actually punched it in, 35-22. I think Robert was getting some Gatorade there. He had to get an IV at halftime.
Yeah, he passed out briefly.
He started to cramp up there. There's a cheerleader.
42-22 at half, and all Robert's saying is, please, just 9 more seconds go off the clock.
And there's Cole again.
Copeland around the corner.
He's at the 40.
He's going to go all the way up the
Get
sideline.
out of the picture. Let's see Cole score.
And he scores. Cole puts up 48-24.
Yeah, midway through the third quarter. That's some scoring, fellas.
Robert, did the scoreboard malfunction there halfway through the game?
We
probably should have.
We haven't seen this much scoring from Bradley all year either. I mean, this kind of offense.
Yeah, where did this come from? Looking, got the numbers there on the side. We need somebody from Bradley needs to get one of those new helmets. Those are sharp.
There's Cole again on the keeper.
Oh!
Wow.
That was a right hand from. I think he got that from Mike Tyson right there.
Stays inbound, runs the clock out, and Bradley, the winners tonight, 49-32 with Coach Floyd.
Cole had a great game leading us. The receivers stepped up. Daniel made some big plays. I mean, the offensive line blocked great. Christian ran the ball hard. Offense won this game for us. Defensively, we were able to hold on. The guys fought hard, but it was a great team win after all the adversity we've hit. And I'm happy for the guys. I'm just happy for our team, and I'm glad the fans that did come keep supporting us. When you hit adversity, life's rough sometimes, and football's a sport that can teach you that. You just got to keep fighting, and I think we've done that so far.
A little bit of dance action.
Good.
I interviewed him about 2 weeks ago, right before the Cleveland game, and Coach Floyd, we're going to keep that on record for blackmail purposes. And,
we got a few. We got Coach Floyd doing a little bit of dancing here, and then I think we get some Walker Valley coaches earlier in the year
on all fours,
barking at people and who knows what else.
With the blue on his face. So we're just building a blackmail roll. If any of you guys try to stop talking to us, we're just going to break out those highlights.
Good to see Bradley. That's 4 calls, ladies and gentlemen. He's just 1 to start out with, and it's going down there. That's 5. That's 5.
He can't stop.
Somebody get this guy some water.
A great win for Bradley in all seriousness. A game they needed to win.
They did need it for district to keep in the race.
They're not out.
And then you can see the excitement. I mean, they wanted this game tonight.
You can tell that's
Offense opened up. I mean, it's great. Coach Floyd very excited about the win. You can tell.
How about the efforts from Cole Copeland, Christian Hamilton, Tyler Carpenter? I mean, really the whole Bradley team. Congratulations, great effort.
Yeah, well, I mean, Christian, a couple of them, Cole, a couple of them, and Daniel Clark. I saw with the first one to start scoring off. A lot of scoring for Bradley. And congratulations to the Bears getting it done. Of course, they have 2 games left as well. Cleveland with 1 game.
Mm-hmm.
That's next week against Ooltewah. The 10th game, they're week 10. They're off. Then Walker Valley with 2 games left as well. So Bradley and Walker Valley.
Who'd have thought Cleveland would be sitting in the catbird seat here to win the district?
Well, we said on their last loss, they had 5 games remaining, and all 5 of them they could lose, all 5 of them they could win. You remember us talking about that.
Yeah.
And said, there was a couple of callers that had called in and said, okay, maybe move Austin Massey back to defense, get someone in there at quarterback. Said Crawford knew what he was doing. Obviously, 2 quarterbacks playing, college football. Yes, he knows what he's doing. Massey brings Cleveland back, and Cleveland now, they're one game away from the district championship.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's get to our picks last week and see how everybody did. You'll see that Chris and I got the Cleveland game right. Danny went with Walker Valley. We all picked Ray County. We got that game right, and we all picked McMinn County, so we got that game wrong. So Chris and I tied, and we're gonna play a little paper rock scissors to decide who gets the belt. Right?
We're not playing paper
right?
rock scissors. The rule is
To be the man.
you got to beat the man.
I didn't agree with that.
And you tied the man, so the man gets to keep the belt.
I love how the guy that was least excited about the belt now
Listen,
is all about it.
Hey, sometimes you just like to punish your friends.
Yeah. So Chris will retain the belt. So let's go ahead and get into our picks for next week.
All right. Let's do that.
Guys ready?
You guys going to let me keep this all year? I just want to know before we start.
Cleveland at Ooltewah, district title. Danny?
For Cleveland to win this ball game, they have got to play 4 quarters of perfect football. Ooltewah with the win.
I'm taking Ooltewah until somebody beats them.
Oh, I want so badly to take Cleveland, but I'm going to stick
Go
with
ahead,
Ooltewah.
chicken.
No, I'm going to stick with. We've seen.
Chicken.
Nope.
They're owls, not chickens.
Seen Ooltewah play. Nope.
All right, next game. Walker Valley at McMinn County, trying to stop the slide. Chris?
Walker Valley.
Danny?
Mustangs come back in a strong way.
I really want to take the Cherokees in this one. I'm going to take the Cherokees. I'm going out on a limb. Jason talked me into it.
Well, you're thinking that's the only way you can win the
Yeah,
belt.
it's the only way I can get the belt, so I'm going for it. East Hamilton, Ray County at East Hamilton.
Oh, Ray
Chris?
County.
Danny?
County champions, district champions, Ray
Congratulations.
County tonight. They're not going to lose, I told you.
Congratulations to the Golden Eagles, district champs. I'll take Ray County. Bradley at Saudi in what is suddenly a very big game for the last 2 remaining playoff spots. I'm going to take the Bears. Danny?
I'd love to take the Bears, but I'm going to have to take Saudi Daisy at home.
Oh my gosh! I really don't want to lose this belt now. Gosh! I'm gonna stick with Bradley. Because Cole Copeland.
Cole Copeland. All right. Now we're going to do a college game. Can we throw the college game up there? And that's going to be out. There it is. Florida State hosting Notre Dame. Like, I even have to ask Danny in this one.
And don't give me any what if Jameis Winston plays or what if he doesn't. Hey, you gotta.
Quarterbacks undefeated. One of them's undefeated in his entire college career. One of them has only lost 1 game. After this game, both of them will have lost 1. I'm going with the Golden Domers.
Oh my gosh! The belt is gone for you next week. You're out of it before we even play.
All right, we'll see.
I'm taking Florida State because I despise Notre Dame.
I despise Notre Dame as well. I'm taking Florida State.
So you don't
I don't care who
I'm like 0 for 15 in college picks this year, so there's a good chance Notre Dame wins by 40. I don't know.
I could quarterback Florida State. They're going to win this ball game. Pro game.
You can't throw the ball 50 yards
49ers
across the
at
field.
Denver. Danny?
You can't throw the ball across the field 50 yards. What are you talking about?
That's a different discussion. That's a different discussion.
We can get one of them to go out there and film. I'm going with Peyton Manning in Denver.
I'm going to go with San Francisco. Denver always wins. Peyton's solid.
That's why I'm going with Denver.
No, I do not. I think San Francisco defense got it going last couple of weeks. So.
I'm going to go with the Broncos. I hate both teams. I really don't.
Yeah. I mean, I could have taken it safe and picked Denver to lock on this belt.
He's on the phone. He says he can care less about you, too.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the records where we stand so far now. Cleveland 5-4. They've assured themselves of at least second place in the district. If they beat Ottawa, they'll win the district. 4-1 in the district, 5-4 overall.
A win against Ottawa would put both teams at 5-1 in the district, but Cleveland would win out on the head-to-head.
Right, and then Cleveland's got the bye on Halloween night.
So they can go trick-or-treating.
That's right. Let's go Walker Valley. Now, things get interesting for the Mustangs right here. 4-4, 1-3 in the district. You lose your next two, you are probably out of the playoffs watching them from home. So
Gosh, I'm sorry. More than likely, you lose either of the two games, you're probably sitting at home.
And they go up at McMinn, and then they host Soddy Daisy at home on senior night. So big game next week for the Mustangs. Ottawa 8-0. They will host Cleveland, and then they will host McMinn County. So essentially, I guess Cleveland could win it outright if something crazy happens and Ottawa drops their final two games.
I wish you could see. I wish you could see the look that Danny just gave.
3-0 in the
gave Brian right there.
Let's go next graphic. Ray County, 8-0, 5-0. Already wrapped up the district championship. They will go at East Hamilton, and then they will host Stone Memorial. It will be having a memorial service for them after that game. Bradley, 3-5, 1-3 in the district. They will go at McMinn, at Soddy, and host East Hamilton. So if the Bears win out, they can get in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, that McMinn game was tonight, right?
They're at Soddy and hosting East Hamilton. So last week we were kind of burying Bradley, and now they're back in this thing.
It changes from week to week. I mean, we had Cleveland left for dead 3 or 4 weeks ago. The only thing that we kept saying is if they get the running backs back and they don't,
both of them,
break a toe or a foot or an ankle or stairs or anything like that, they can have a really good running game and it can take all the pressure off Austin Massey, and we can see what that offense can do. Look what happens. They're right back in it. That's unbelievable.
That's why they're playing week
That's
after
true.
week.
That's true. Likewise, Danny, his blood pressure has gone up each week over the past 3 to 4 weeks, where I don't know if you go back and compare, and you can go to YouTube or our Facebook channel, but you can actually compare, and his face gets a little brighter each week. So
it's kind of like the President of the United States. He's aged dramatically over the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
That's the enlightening of
He actually had no gray hair when the season started.
I'll tell you the game that I would love to see. Ottawa and Ray.
No, that's possible.
Can happen.
Gets to the
playoffs. I tell you, if those two meet, that's spooky right there.
Yeah, that would be a really good game.
That might be the lowest scoring game for both teams because the defenses for both sides open it up. So.
I'm excited for Ottawa Cleveland next week. I really think that's going to be a good game.
We'll see how many points Cleveland can score. That's going to be the biggest thing. We know Ottawa probably going to put up 40 because it seems like they do every week, no matter who they play. Cleveland, we'll see. They stay away from the penalties, Danny. Like they had a lot of penalties tonight, and get the run game moving. You don't know. The thing is, though, is that we saw in both games that we saw Ottawa play against Bradley and against Walker Valley, is they started very slow. So if Cleveland can get out to a 7-0 lead, 14-0 lead, got a shot. But I think what we've seen from Ottawa is they're kind of a slow starting team, and then before you know it, they just scored 28 straight points.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Ottawa. Ottawa just keeps chipping away. I believe the other thing, too, in the first half, they're kind of just putting themselves in a position of trying to fill out the competition, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 against Walker Valley. Walker Valley was hanging with them in the first half.
Yeah.
In the second half, it was a totally two different teams.
But I think maybe that says something about their coaching staff, too.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Get through a couple series, they find out what works, and then they go to that well until it's dry.
And you've got to, the team to beat Ottawa, you're going to have to play 4 perfect quarters in a row to beat them, and we've not seen that by anyone this year, other than Ray Central. So that playoff game, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, the thing about Ottawa is they start slow. They have a tendency to start slow. So if you can jump on them early, you've got a chance. But you better get to them early because after about that first quarter, they turn it on and it's over at that point. Thank you again to all our sponsors. Linex of Cleveland, 1107 South Lee Highway, Ed Jacobs and Associates, Cleveland Tire, the Florence Center, Logan Thompson Law Office, Companion Funeral Home, Kyle Motors, LED Gear, and Tres Hermanos Mexican Restaurant. So
let's go ahead and do our Players of the Week.
Yeah, get those in there.
My Player of the Week, TJ Parker, comes back. Over 100 yards rushing this week. If it's not TJ, it's Raekwon. Hey.
1-2 punch.
1-2 punch.
So, well, I can't take the officials in this ball game for Cleveland, so I will take Dallas.
You're going to get fined for that one.
Hey, go back and watch the first touchdown. Dallas Kirkendall, linebacker for Walker Valley, number 21. Several tip passes, some defensive stops. Great job, defensive end tonight for the Walker Valley Mustangs.
And then my player of the game is going to be Cole Copeland for Bradley. I think you saw by the highlights, just led them to a great win, a very much needed win. So congratulations to all of our WTNB players of the week. So guys, next week, hopefully you're going to be back. You got to go to New York.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Almost as far away. I've got to go to McMahon.
Yeah.
You got to go to McMahon.
I mean, Jay's sending me.
It could just be me next.
Jay's sending me to New York on assignment for the week to do an interview and to cover. Nobody wants to cover the Jets.
It may just be
probably because all the Jets media are done with the Jets.
Yeah.
But they did get Percy Harvin today, so why? I have no idea. Don't ask me.
To play one quarter before.
Who decided that?
And in a related story, Percy Harvin fired his rep today.
Yeah. First of all, he probably is going to fail a physical if we know anything about Percy Harvin. But then they put him on the Jets. Why?
I don't know. He'll probably get a concussion getting off the plane in New York. He could be out. So.
Or migraine.
There's a good chance I could be the only one here next week. He's going to get stuck in New York.
No.
You're going to get lost in McMahon County.
Oh, I'm not going to.
We're probably getting a fight.
Here's the deal. Hey,
Come on, give me
you could be the only person here, and you're still not touching this thing. I'm taking it to New York with me.
They won't let you on the plane with that thing.
We'll be with you in spirit if we're not here in body.
Yeah.
I'll just pull Jay and Josh in. I'll interview the drone. So that's it. WTNB Football Friday, another week in the books. Join us next week, and we will see you. Hopefully you get back from New York, and hopefully you find your way back from McMahon County.
All next Friday night, right?
All next Friday.